Time for some coffee. You ever pay attention to the advice given on mugs? This is some of the greatest advice ever given. Howdy y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. Do I have a huge surprise for y'all today? When I got my checkpoint back in September, I wanted to protect the paint as best I could. First carbon bike, my first trek and everything. And so I did like a, what they call helicopter tape. More like a vinyl protection, a film that you can apply to vehicles or products or whatever. And so I wrapped my bike as soon as I could, as soon as I got it home to protect it. I've done that twice and changed it up a little bit and did it better a second time. If y'all been watching the channel, you know I've got stickers on my bike, and those are actually on top of that vinyl film. Well, I filmed some stuff then to make a video about how to wrap a bike or how to, protect your paint on your bike. Some of that's going to be included in this, but the big surprise is I've rewrapped it. I'm going to show y'all wrapping the seat tube since last night. I started tearing everything down, got the bike ready, prepped the cut all my each bar, the vinyl wrap that I got, and I cut it all up. And I was just sitting there staring at it probably about 11 o'clock last night, and then I started wrapping it. So I went through pretty much all of it's covered now. You'll see it in the end, but I've got it wrapped, and I'm just going to do the seat tube for y'all to show y'all what I've learned and what tricks makes it really easy to do this. It went pretty quick as soon as I got it down, and then I learned a secondary trick, watching all these vinyl guys wrap these cars and stuff and wrap other items. I got the wife's hair dryer, and OMG, man, that made such a big difference. It's nice. I can see, I'll show you all in the film where the wrap, if you heat it up a little bit, it kind of gives a little bit. And so you can wrap around corners or smooth it out, kind of like shrink wraps it around the bends and stuff. There's a few spots that it came out just amazingly, and then there's a few spots you'll see where it kind of wrinkles up, but still looks amazing compared to if I didn't do this. But hopefully you like this. The bike's pretty badass looking right now. I know it's going to turn some heads and probably stir up a whole bunch of controversy at the shop, but a lot of the guys thought it would be kind of a cool idea to pull it off. But hopefully like this. Again, like and subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications that I've got new stuff coming out. I'm trying to pop out at least 2 videos a week, just to get content out there and to get this knowledge out there. I'm trying to do a lot of bike packing, and there's not a ton of videos out there for doing that or setups and things. So I'm trying to get that out so that we can, share this world and go out and explore and have a bit of fun. But again, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you like this stuff. Watch this upcoming, tutorial or some tips and tricks really on how to do this wrap, and hopefully you can do the same and protect your bike and make it last a lot longer. Thanks again, guys. Peace, y'all. All right, here it is. This is the wrap. Kind of running joke with the bike and at its shop and in our world over here. When I did my vinyl protection before, the film that I had on there was just clear so you could still see the bike, but also put stickers all over the bike just for fun. And I like stickers. Our sales manager kind of started giving me crap, Billy Bob give me crap about putting the stickers on there because I cover up this beautiful paint and this beautiful bike and stuff. So in some of the videos, you'll see that I've got a sticker on the side of the down tube here that says Billy Bob loves my bike. So we had that going. It's been, I guess, about 5 months with that setup, and so I wanted to do something different. It's like, I want to do another vinyl wrap, but I want to go a little fun. So I started looking for some other ones, solid colors and really pretty stuff, some like camo, digital camo stuff I think I'll do next. But this came up, and so I was like, what better way to keep the joke going than to wrap the whole bike in a sticker wrap? And so this is it. And it's from Hoonigan's guys that did this wrap years ago, and you can see it's just covered in stickers of joke stickers and stuff. But this is the wrap. I'm going to show you how to do this. So here's the part I've cut for the seat tube here. So you can see I use kind of painter tape to wrap and measure kind of the cut that I need for this. So you can remove that stuff when you're done, but I've kept it on there. I just pulled everything off last night when I started doing all this. This frame so far is completely covered. Even the stem, I've got some stuff up there. The seat stays and chain stays. Was pretty much wrapped, and that was from probably about 11 o'clock last night till 3. So it takes quite a while to do this. So if you're going to do it, get ready, because you're going to be in for quite a few hours. All right, so first thing to do, you're just going to pull all this apart. You can just grab the vinyl itself, take the vinyl completely off the sheet. And you see I've got to be careful with this one because there's lower parts down here that are all just small little pieces that will rip, what you can see it has already in this smaller space. But once you get this all off, the trick I learned first, I guess my second helicopter wrap, was when I was told to dip the wrap in soapy water, or you can, the way they show you is kind of spray down the surface and spray down your vinyl for making it easier to move around. Once it sticks, so you can pull it off, but you're going to kind of maybe ruin the tape or the vinyl itself, the wrap itself. So pull all this off the best you can. In here I've just got a little bucket of water and soap. Doesn't have to be hot or cold or anything like that. What you're gonna do is just make this like not sticky. And then when you go to lay it on your surface, it's just gonna float on top of the surface. That way you can maneuver it, move it around, and slide it around until you have it in place. So all I'm gonna do is take this, watch it, dip it in here, and now get it completely submerged, get everything wet on the vinyl. So now it's not sticky. And then here comes the fun part of lining all this up again. So as you can see here, I've got to watch for my derailleur hanger. So I've got to position it right where I cut it for that. And there's extra here, which I'm probably not even going to use. So I just want to line this portion up. Right here, so that it matches up to what I cut for this. And then what's going to happen when you're ready, oh, towel. Forgot my towel, but this kind of helps too because you don't want the outside to be wet and slippery. So kind of clean it off a little bit, but don't press down too hard, because what happens is you start kind of smushing out that soapy water and everything will start to stick. And that's how you get that movement, and then seal it up once you've got everything lined up. One thing to mention also, probably the first and the most important thing, clean the frame, clean everything, scrub it up
wipe it all down completely. Go back over it with water, clean it, and then go back and do like an alcohol rub on it. That way you clean all the gunk off of it, and it's going to have a smooth surface to adhere to when this attaches. Two of the most important tools you're going to need is this little kind of squeegee pad. This came with my protective film, and so what you do is wrap it like a little velvet kind of wrap around that, and that way when you're squeegeeing out the water, it doesn't rub the wrap or ruin the wrap or anything like that. And then your razor blade. As you can see, I've already cut this up to fit it, but you'll always need this because you're gonna be fine trimming and stuff like that you'll need to do. The other important thing that I learned and really I used last night, a good blow dryer. Car hair dryer, anything like that. This will be perfect for getting these spots that kind of bend. All right, summary of the camera cut out. Let's get back to it. So what I'm going to start doing now that I've got kind of this in place, you can see it's movable while it's got that kind of wetness still to it underneath there. All you'll do is start kind of rubbing the surface with this, and all it's doing is removing that water, that soapy water from inside there, and so that the wrap kind of, you know, sticks to the surface of the bike or item, whatever you're wrapping. But I'm going to have issues because right here I've got bottle holes or screws in there. I think they're called bosses. Right there. So I'm going to have air in that area, but you'll still be able to kind of get everything out. But to squeegee everything out, kind of push it off to the side, you'll see it'll start kind of running down everywhere. But when you're doing it, make sure you're pressing this as flat as possible. Watch for bubbles, and you don't want to keep this taut, so you're pushing out the air, pushing out the water, and just keep going down the pedal bear. So there's going to be a couple of spots that you're going to run into an issue where the bubbles or creases won't come out. That's what the blow dryer is for. It'll help kind of heat the wrap up, but shrinks it as well, so it'll kind of absorb or cling to the shape of the tube a little bit better, or the object you're wrapping. But use it lightly, sparingly, because as soon as you kind of start to heat it up, you'll see it, if you're pulling it, you'll see it stretch. That could kind of ruin the graphic or kind of the shape of what you're laying down. But nice and cautiously use that. What you're going to run into too, this isn't, I don't think I've got it perfectly go all the way around, but what you're going to run into is you're going to have two different sides. You're going to have to pick one, what's going to lay down first, and then once you have that down, you're able to grab this other side and pull a little more taut so that you can bring it around. Hopefully merge the seam if possible, but also get more out on the other side. But just keep going around, filling around, make sure that you don't feel any bumps and water bubbles or air bubbles or anything, and just keep pushing it till it kind of wraps around and adheres. Now you can still pull it up if you need to, if you make a mistake or anything like that. Sometimes you'll get little binds in it or whatever. Pull it, push it back down. Just get it as smooth as possible. And then hopefully it should look pretty nice. It definitely helps to have a stand, so if you're able to do that, get a stand. Or if you have some buddies at a bike shop, ask them to borrow the stand. So now that I've brought it around, continue to just kind of smush out the water, smush out the bubbles. Do you like the word smush? And when you come back around the other side, this is where you start pulling tight. And this is where it comes in, the blow dryer comes in really handy, because you're able to warm this up and make it fit the shape a lot better. I'm not going to run that in the video because it's quite loud. But as you can see, all I'm doing is just pulling around, I feel a bubble here. I pull it back just a little bit. Push it on around. And then just kind of keep down the best you can. Now I got to correct this side because I've got wrinkles over here. Just pull as tight as possible. Make it as flat as possible. And then you can come back later, the blow dryer, make a big difference in it. What have I found also about the blow dryer with, I don't know if this is gonna be for each wrap or each kind of vinyl, warm it just a bit. You don't have to hold the blow dryer to it the whole time, but get it warm, get it kind of stretchy or elastically, and that's a great word too. And then set it down and go back in and start pulling everything nice and tight so that it kind of wraps correctly and sets better, because if you make it too hot and you only have one hand, it's going to shrink, and then you're going to have all these stretches on it, and it's not going to work and look as good as it should. And this is a horrible area, as you can see. It's very kind of tough to do here. So what we're going to do here is go back over everything I've kind of laid down and make sure it's kind of stuck to the frame as best it can. Make sure you don't have any the creases or anything that's inside here. Everything looks pretty good. There's a few spots in the back, but I'm not totally worried about that because it will be there. But this is just kind of warming up the laminate, and then to kind of go over and remove all that junk. Well, that's how we do it. It's kind of the new thing, or things I've learned doing this the third time now. It's a lot easier this way. I definitely say soaking the vinyl before you apply is super helpful. That way you can lay it down and get it exactly where you need it without getting it stuck and re-pulling it. I mean, you can do it that way, but it's much more difficult. And then adding in the blow dryer was a ton of help just to really get the wrap to adhere to it. You'll see here, this is actually one of my rack mounts, and you can see it just formed nicely around that. I'm going to puncture a hole in there. That's one thing too, with these holes that on here. Puncture those afterwards, then you can screw in any of your materials and it looks really flush. But yeah, with that hair dryer, it makes a big difference, and it's pretty fun. But again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully I can produce some more of these for y'all and what we do with our bikes and have fun with our bikes. There's a whole community out there of guys just having fun, goofing off with this stuff, and hopefully sharing what we do. But thanks again for watching. Peace, y'all. Y'all have fun. Dang it! Yes. That's a wrap. Pun intended. This is a lot of fun. It's nice to kind of get to do this, have fun with this, show everybody what you can do with the bike and have a little fun. although it's fun, it's very protective as well. That frame is sealed up nice and tight. Nothing's going to damage the paint unless you really bang it up, but it's kind of nice to keep it as pristine as possible for as long as possible, especially with the new advancements in this technology and the wrap and stuff like that. You can keep it clean as long as you can and don't destroy it, you know. But again, thanks again for watching. I hope y'all like the wrap, and y'all got questions, leave me comments below or anything like that. Email me. You can find me on all the social media. But thanks again for watching, and enjoy. Peace, y'all.